Hi, and welcome to the Parkland Challenge 2018. Our first match of this year's tournament is between Blue Ridge and Villa Grove. Let's meet the teams, and then we'll get started.
Parker Otto, Blue Ridge, Senior.
Tyler Maxwell, Blue Ridge, Junior.
Luke Nichols, Blue Ridge, Junior.
Josephine Aldrich, Blue Ridge, Sophomore.
Zach Droz, Blue Ridge, Sophomore.
Ethan Howard, Villa Grove, Senior.
Jackson Leasing, Sophomore, Villa Grove.
Jake Gulick, Senior, Villa Grove.
Abby Hopkins, Senior, Villa Grove.
Chris Levine, Junior, Villa Grove.
James Cox, Junior, Villa Grove.
Miranda Grove, Junior, Villa Grove.
Gabby Aegis, Senior, Villa Grove.
Austin Hopkins, Senior, Villa Grove.
Okay, our first question. What college sports organization operates a popular museum in Overland Park, Kansas? Villa Grove, Jackson.
The NCAA.
The NCAA is correct. Good job. What was the world's first national park? Parker, Blue Ridge.
Yellowstone National Park.
Yellowstone is correct. If you're walking the street of the Golden Palace in Los Angeles, what ethnic neighborhood are you in? Parker, Blue Ridge.
Chinatown.
Chinatown is correct. At which college was the first printing press in British North America established? Parker, Blue Ridge.
Harvard.
Harvard is correct. In your PC, what does RAM stand for? Jacksonville.
Random Access Memory.
Random access memory is correct. Which part of the human body is examined using an otoscope? Parker, Blue Ridge.
The eye.
Not the eye. You guys can confirm.
The ear.
The ear is correct. Yes. The Old Spanish Trail ran from Los Angeles to what historic city in New Mexico? Jacksonville Grove.
El Paso.
Not El Paso. You guys can confirm?
Santa Fe.
Santa Fe is correct. Yes. Who played Sophia in The Color Purple in 1985? Parker, Blue Ridge.
Oprah Winfrey.
Oprah Winfrey is correct. What name is given to the dolphin fish to make it sound more appetizing on menus? Parker, Blue Ridge.
Tuna.
Not tuna. You guys can confirm?
Fish. Sweet dolphin fish. Sure, say.
Sweet dolphin fish.
No, that's a good try though. Mahi mahi is what we're looking for. What Georgia city did the British capture on December 29th? Parker, Blue Ridge.
Atlanta.
Not Atlanta. I'll finish the question for you. December 29th, 1778.
Savannah.
Savannah is correct. Yes. Who is the Greek goddess of love and beauty? Parker, Blue Ridge.
Aphrodite.
Aphrodite is correct. Good job. Who was the first American to walk on the moon? Jacksonville.
Neil Armstrong.
Neil Armstrong is correct. What is the long, bristly teeth of a blue whale called? Jacksonville Grove.
Krill.
No, you guys can confirm?
Bristles.
No, Baleen. Pope Francis, who was elected on March 13th, 2013, is the first pope from what country? Parker, Blue Ridge.
Argentina.
Argentina is correct. What gives the gemstone turquoise its distinctive color? Jacksonville.
Copper.
Copper is correct, Jessica. What actor has played Hansel, Dignan, and Dupree, and he was also in the Royal Tannenbaums? Parker, Blue Ridge.
Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson is correct. What state capitol building served as the U.S. Capitol in 1783 to 1784? Blue Ridge, Parker.
New York.
Not New York, no.
Pennsylvania.
No, it's the State House in Annapolis, Maryland. Oh, yeah. Along with the Madonna, what other work of art from Edward Munch was stolen by two Parker, Blue Ridge?
The Scream.
Yes, The Scream by two armed robbers in 2004. Okay. America's Dairyland has appeared on the license plate for which state? Parker, Blue Ridge.
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin is correct. Who did the Chicago Times erroneously claim had beaten President Truman? Parker, Blue Ridge.
Dewey.
Yes, Thomas Dewey in 1948. Name the computer database company created by Larry Ellison in Jacksonville Grove.
Intel.
Oh.
No.
No, not Intel. You guys can confer. By Larry Ellison in 1977. Need an answer?
Microsoft.
Oracle. Oracle's what we're looking for. Who was the first African American to appear on a U.S. coin? Parker Blue Ridge.
Crispus Sachs.
Not Christopher Sachs. You guys can confer?
Douglas.
Frederick Douglass.
Booker T. Washington. Tiger Woods has won 14 majors. What golfer holds the record? Parker Blue Ridge.
Arnold Palmer.
Not Arnold Palmer. You guys can confer? The record of 18 majors.
Who's better?
Phil Mickelson.
No, Jack Nicklaus. Jack Nicklaus. What red-haired comedic leading lady appeared in the following movies? Fancy Pants, Mame, and The Long Long Trailer. Also, there was a television show named after her. Parker Blue Ridge.
Lucille Ball.
Lucille Ball is correct. What well-known salad consists of apples, celery, and walnuts and mayonnaise dressing? Jacksonville Grove.
Chicken.
Not chicken, no.
Wordle salad?
Yes. Okay, it's time for this round's video question, which goes to Blue Ridge.
This video question is brought to you by the Business CSIT Department. What are the 3 basic financial reports that measure a company's financial position?
GDP, net worth, and profit.
The answer is the balance sheet, income statement, and the statement of cash flows.
Okay, tough video question. Okay, back to the regular part of the game. The only tea plantation in the U.S. resides in what southern state? Parker Blue Ridge.
Florida.
Not Florida. You guys can confer?
South Carolina.
South Carolina is correct. Good job. Brontosaurus is the obsolete genus name for which dinosaur? Parker Blue Ridge.
The Brachiosaurus.
No.
Potosaurus. Did you say that? You say Altosaurus?
Pardon?
Altosaurus?
No, Apatosaurus is what I was looking for.
Yeah.
The capital in Santa Fe, New Mexico is modeled after an Indian kiva. What is a kiva? Parker Blue Ridge.
Dwellings in the side of a cliff.
No. You guys can confer?
An Indian house.
No, it's an underground ceremonial chamber. What national event is celebrated every April 22nd? Parker Blue Ridge.
Earth Day.
Earth Day is correct.
That day.
A snurfer was a forerunner to what sporting device? Abby Boyer.
Snowboarding? Snowboarding?
Snowboarding is correct, yes. Good job. The Ideal Company marketed dolls named for what child star of the 1930s? Parker Blue Ridge.
Shirley Temple.
Shirley Temple is correct. What famous Capitol building sits on Jenkins Hill? Parker Blue Ridge.
The Capitol Building.
Yes, the U.S. Capitol. Weird question. But whatever. Who wrote and sang hits like Maybe Baby, Ray Vaughan, and Peggy Sue? Parker Blue Ridge.
Buddy Holly.
Buddy Holly's correct. And he died in a plane crash with the Big Bopper and Richie Valens.
Day Music Day.
It's correct. Who's the president of the U.S. when the Uncle Sam got his first beard? Got his beard. Parker Blue Ridge.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
No. You can confirm?
Woodrow Wilson.
No, it was Abraham Lincoln. Who knew? Who in 1881 founded the American branch of the Red Cross? Parker Blue Ridge.
Clara Barton.
Clara Barton is correct. In the U.S., who is on the dime? Parker Blue Ridge.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
That is correct. What tropical disease is caused by Plasmodium and often transmitted by mosquitoes? Jacksonville.
Malaria.
Pardon?
Malaria.
Malaria is correct, yes. What holy day celebrates Jesus' entry into Jerusalem? Parker Blue Ridge.
Palm Sunday.
Palm Sunday, yes, on the back of a donkey. In the Harry Potter series, what house does Harry belong to? Jackson.
Gryffindor.
Yes. What was the first expansion team to win a World Series in baseball? Jacksonville.
The Cubs.
No, not the Cubs.
Colorado Rapids.
No, it was the New York Mets. New York Mets.
Mets.
Greenland is the territory of which country? Jacksonville.
Denmark.
Denmark is correct, yes. What strip did Jim Davis launch in 1978 because he thought the world needed Parker Blue Ridge?
Garfield.
Yes, the comic strip about cats. How many ribs does a man have? Jackson.
22.
No.
12.
24. Seems like a lot.
We were half right.
To Have and to Have Not is the only novel written by what author to be set in the United States? Parker Blue Ridge.
Oscar Wilde.
Not Oscar Wilde.
Charles Dickens.
Dickens.
Hemingway. Which U.S. president said, Mr. Gorbachev? Jackson.
Reagan.
Reagan, yes. Tear down this wall. Tommy Hilfiger's logo is made up of what three? Jackson.
Navy blue, white, and red.
Yes, red, white, and blue, yes. Okay, that's the end of our first round. We'll tally up our scores. Be back with the lightning round right after this. Welcome back. After one round, it's Blue Ridge 210, Villa Grove 130. Let's go ahead and get started with our lightning round. What Roman emperor built a massive wall across northern Jacksonville?
Hadrian.
Pardon?
Hadrian.
Yes, he did. What song did Gene Wilder and Peter Boyle sing in Young Frankenstein? Parker Blue Ridge.
Putting on the Ritz.
Putting on the Ritz is correct. What television show takes place in Scranton, Jackson?
The Office.
The Office is correct. Scranton, Pennsylvania. What metropolis would you enter if you crossed the Delaware River via the Benjamin Franklin Bridge? Ethan.
Boswash.
No, Philadelphia. What movie ends by introducing a litter of 5 donkeys? Jackson.
No answer. No answer.
Shrek 2 is what we're looking for. Shrek 2. Who once said the hardest thing in the world to understand is the income tax code? Jackson.
Benjamin Franklin.
No, it was Albert Einstein. What famous 435,000 acre swamp sits astride the border of Georgia and Florida? Jackson.
The Everglades.
Pardon?
The Everglades.
No, the Okefenokee swamp. What 4-legged animal do we associate with Kentucky? Tyler. No, horses. Horses. We're looking for Kentucky Derby, that sort of thing. What character falls in love with and eventually elopes with Othello? Parker.
Hamlet.
No, Desdemona. Desdemona. Who shot Martin Luther King Jr.? Parker.
James Earl Ray.
James Earl Ray is correct. In 1984, which woman became the first woman ever nominated? Jackson.
Condoleezza Rice.
No, for the vice presidency by a major party. That was Geraldine Ferraro. The Web Slinger is the nickname for what? Parker.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, Marvel Comics superhero. Songwriter Johnny Mercer donated an award he'd won to his hometown in Savannah, Georgia. What award was that? Parker.
A Grammy.
No, it was an Academy Award. Academy Award. What do we call the area in the Rocky Mountains that separate the rivers that flow east from the rivers that flow west? Jackson.
The Continental Divide. Continental
Divide is correct. What do the initials SALT stand for? It's a treaty. Jake.
Strategic Arms Limitation Treaty.
Yes, Strategic Arms Limitation Treaty. The Rim of the World Highway is in what scenic western state? Parker.
California.
California is correct. What Hawaiian volcano first erupted in the 1970s and has done so regularly? Parker.
Mauna Loa.
No, it's Kilauea. Okay, that's the end of our lightning round. We'll tally up the scores and be back with our final round right after this.
Having problems fitting college into your busy schedule? Take classes on your time.
Now that the kids are in bed, I can relax and view this week's lesson. It is so great that I can be out of town and still participate in class discussions. Even though this class is online, these videos really give me a chance to get to know my professors, all from the comfort of my own home.
With affordable tuition, hundreds of online classes, and over 20 degrees to choose from, Parkland College Online Learning is here for you. So go ahead, register today. Visit online.parkland.edu for more information about Parkland's online classes.
With one more round to go, it's Blue Ridge 210, Villa Grove 120. Let's get started and see who advances. What is a more conventional term for botulinum toxin? Jake.
Botulism?
No, you guys can confirm?
Botox.
Botox. Is correct, yes. What river becomes very scenic as it passes through the Great Falls Park in Virginia? Jake.
The Potomac?
The Potomac is correct. What technology company is headquartered in One Infinite Loop in Cupertino, California? Jake.
Apple.
Apple is correct. What movable toy is the center of a museum in Strasburg, Pennsylvania? Parker.
Lincoln Lights.
No, you guys can confirm?
Rubik's Cube.
Rubik's Cube?
No, toy trains. Toy trains. In which Pakistani city was Osama bin Laden killed? Jake.
Abbottabad?
Abbottabad, yes. Who was the Lone Ranger's great? Jackson.
Tonto.
No, not Tonto. I'll finish for you. Who's the Lone Ranger's great grand nephew?
Silver.
No, the Green Hornet was supposedly the Lone Ranger's. I know. Who danced first with his sister Adele and later with Ginger Rogers? Parker.
Fred Astaire.
Fred Astaire is correct. What 19th century decade saw Napoleon's defeat at Waterloo? Jackson.
The 1800s.
No, you guys infer?
Teens.
Yes, 1815 to be exact. Very good. 18 teens. Name the dog or its breed that LBJ used to pick up by its ears. Parker.
Beagle.
Beagle, yes. Dog's name was Edgar, by the way. What Forever Young American Bandstand host was still doing top 40 radio countdowns in the 1990s? Jake.
Dick Van Dyke?
Not Dick Van Dyke. No, you guys can confirm?
He's looking on the stars.
Leonard Skinner.
No, that was Dick Clark. Dick Clark. is what we were
What's
looking for.
Scooby-Doo?
By which name is the International Bank for Reconstruction and Development better known? Jackson.
The World Bank.
The World Bank is correct. Riverfest is the chief festival of what Riverside, Ohio city? Jackson.
Columbus.
Not Columbus. You guys confirm?
Cleveland.
Cincinnati. What Midwestern metropolis has a river that flows backward? Parker.
St. Louis.
No, you guys confirm?
Chicago?
Chicago is correct. What's a flat image that can be displayed in 3 dimensions? Jackson.
A hologram.
Hologram is correct. What was the name of Thomas Jefferson's home? Jackson.
Monticello.
Yes. Pol Pot was the leader of Jackson.
Cambodia.
Cambodia is correct. What Broadway show is a modern day take on the opera La Boheme? Jake.
Phantom of the Opera.
No, not Phantom of the Opera.
Cats.
No, Rent. La Boheme. Name the animal believed to be the smartest, not counting Jackson.
Dolphin.
No, not counting dolphins or apes.
Elephant.
The elephant is correct. Yes. Which wheel-based pastime was made popular by James Plimpton, who constructed rinks for this activity in 1866? Jake.
Chariot racing.
Not chariot racing, no.
Roller skating.
Roller skating is correct. Yes. What famous pair of explorers sent back a live Jackson?
Lewis and Clark.
Yes, sent back a live prairie dog to Thomas Jefferson. Kent Peak National Observatory in Arizona has the world's largest collection of what types of instruments? Jackson.
Telescopes.
Telescopes is correct. James Cagney won an Oscar playing songwriter and performer George M. Cohen. What patriotic movie was this? Parker.
Yankee Doodle Dandy.
Yes, Yankee Doodle Dandy in 1942. Daniel Carter Beard founded what boys organization? Parker.
The Boy Scouts.
Boy Scouts, yes. What Charles Dickens character still wears her wedding dress years after she was abandoned at the altar? Jackson.
Margaret.
Not Margaret. Her?
Eleanor.
No, it was Miss Havisham from Great Expectations. What does an ornithologist study? Jackson.
Birds.
Birds is correct. The world's largest post office building is in what Illinois city? Jackson.
Chicago.
Chicago is correct. Okay, it's time for this round's video question, which goes to Villa Grove.
This video question is brought to you by the Business CSIT Department. What are the 5 C's of credit used to evaluate the creditworthiness of businesses seeking financing?
Answer?
Capital, character, and capacity.
And kittens.
Yeah.
The answer is capital, capacity, collateral, character, and conditions.
Okay, we've got one half of one round to determine our winner. What resort town got its name as the California equivalent of Saratoga? Parker.
San Diego.
Not San Diego. You guys can confirm?
Malibu.
No, Calistoga. This pop duo from the past was known mostly by their last names. Their first names are Paul and Art. Parker.
Simon and Garfunkel.
Simon and Garfunkel is correct. What did Sirhan Sirhan do in 1968? Parker.
He assassinated Bobby Kennedy.
Yes, it made him infamous. Pope Pius VII was taken prisoner in 1809 by which French leader? Parker.
Napoleon.
Napoleon is correct. Are gorillas plant eaters, meat eaters, or both? Jackson.
Both.
Incorrect.
Plant eaters.
Plant eaters is correct. What animal always gives birth to identical quadruplets? Parker.
A kangaroo.
Not a kangaroo.
Yeah, platypus.
Armadillo. The armadillo. What color is topaz in its purest state? Parker.
Purple.
No.
Yellow.
It's colorless.
Trick question.
Well, it's too tricky. What parade held on January 1st, 1954 became the first nationwide TV broadcast in color? Jackson.
Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
No, not Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
The New Year's Day parade.
No. Need a specific name for it? Tournament of Roses Parade.
Tournament.
What acronym is used for radio detection and ranging? Parker.
Sonar.
Not sonar. You guys confirm?
Radar.
Radar is correct. At what horse racing track is the Kentucky Derby ran? Jackson.
The Belmont Stakes.
No, not Belmont.
No answer.
Churchill Downs. Churchill Downs. How many players are on a baseball roster? Parker.
9.
No, not 9.
Roster. 25.
25.
25 is correct. Yes.
Good job.
Odessa, Texas has a replica of what famous Shakespearean theater of England? Jackson.
Globe.
The Globe is correct. What was fighter pilot Manfred von Richthofen, Parker?
The Red Baron.
The Red Baron, yes, better known as. I Was a Teenage Grave Robber was the first story by this prolific horror writer? Jackson.
Edgar Allan Poe.
Not Edgar Allan Poe.
Stephen King.
Stephen King is correct. Yes. What is the most plentiful element in seawater? Jackson.
Hydrogen.
Not hydrogen.
That's a good one. Oxygen.
Chlorine. What country's civil war was described as a rehearsal for World War II? Parker.
Germany.
Not Germany.
The Spanish Civil War.
Yeah, Spain. Yes. What kind of car travels through time in Back to the Future? Parker.
A DeLorean.
DeLorean is correct.
It's a little door.
How many years of schooling did Benjamin Franklin have? Parker.
12.
Not 12.
10.
No, he had 2. One in grammar school and one with a private teacher. What actor/director was the mayor of Carmel, California? Carmel, California. Parker.
Ronald Reagan.
Not Ronald Reagan.
Schwarzenegger.
Clint Eastwood. Clint Eastwood. In 1860, what lithographer devised the checkered game of life for people to play? Jackson.
Maswell?
No. His name is practically synonymous with board games. Just to finish up.
Parker.
No, Milton Bradley. Milton Bradley. Who authored the 1961 book Catch-22? Jackson.
Johnson.
No, not Johnson.
Heller.
Yes, Joseph Heller. How many Ringling brothers were there? Parker.
2.
Not 2.
3.
No, there were 7.
Okay.
7 of those fellas. If you want to go to Kingdom Come, where do you go? Parker.
Heaven.
No, not Evan.
Timbuktu.
Chicago.
No, it's a state park in Kentucky. State park in Kentucky. What type of cuddly toy is displayed at Franny's Museum in Naples, Florida? Parker.
A teddy bear.
Teddy bear is correct. What is the animal-like nickname of Sirius? Parker.
The Dog Star.
Dog Star is correct. At what university was Gatorade developed? Jackson.
University of Florida.
Yes, University of Florida. What musical follows the escapades of Don Quixote? Jackson.
Don Quixote.
No. You guys remember?
Them dang windmills.
No. Man of La Mancha. Man of La Mancha. Modern Maturity is a magazine of what huge organization for people over 50? Jackson.
AARP.
AARP is correct. Okay, that's the end of our games. We'll tally up our scores. We'll be back to tell you who will move on right after this.
This is Mike. He wants to further his education, but he doesn't have a lot of time or money. With a full-time job and limited funds, things look bleak. Think Parkland. Affordable in-district tuition, hundreds of online classes to choose from. Over 20 degrees, mostly or entirely online. Affordable, convenient, gets you ahead. Parkland College Online Learning. Go ahead, link up. Visit online.parkland.edu for more information about Parkland's online classes.
Okay, that's one game down. Our first team to move forward is Blue Ridge. They'll play the winner of our next game between Danville and Judah Christian, which is coming up next, so stick around.